And let's start with Ahmed. Dr. Ahmed, may you read question number 1 and tell me why the answer is C.
Okay. The author is considering removing the underlying sentence. Should the sentence be kept or deleted?
Okay, this kind of questions, as I told you, is going to take more than 30 seconds. So in the actual test, it's better to leave it till the end. It's going to take more than 30 seconds. So by the end of 11 question 11, you can return back and solve it, depending on the information that you gather. Okay, so here he told us that the underlined sentence should be kept or deleted. So we have to read the underlined sentence and find the relationship. Is it important what come before and what come after? Take care. Each question in grammar take at most 30 seconds. So let's read, Ahmed.
Instinct is defined as a natural and innate inclination
towards a certain behavior.
Inclination towards a certain behavior.
So here we talk about an instinct, we have natural, innate inclination, we have certain behavior. So we have to read before and after to find, does it talk about the main word that we speak about right now or not? Let me just highlight the keywords or make a mark on it. As you can find, natural, innate, inclination, certain behavior. Okay, let's read before and after.
Educators generally are thinking seriously along these lines. As a result, the vocational
advisors
are springing up, especially in industrial circles, to establish eventually yet another profession.
Okay, here it doesn't mention anything from the one that is underlined. Let's go after.
Instinct leads young men to enter upon certain callings unless turned off by misguided parents or guardians, and as a general thing, the hunch works out successfully.
Okay, here only the word instinct was mentioned. Here he said instinct is divine. So this a kind of definition for what does it mean instinct. Do you feel that we need to put the definition of instinct here?
No.
Okay, so now I know that the answer is delete. So I have C and D. So I have to read the reason to find which one. Here he said delete it. It disturbed the progress of ideas. That mean, because here he's talking about the educators generally are thinking seriously along these lines, with the results that vocational advisors are springing up, especially industrial circle, to establish eventually yet another profession. Instinct leads young men to enter. That he talk about the advisor who is gonna advise young men to enter upon certain calling. Let's turn off. So we don't need the definition of instinct. So it can be the answer. Here he said delete it. It's beside the topic. No, the topic talk about instinct, but it's not the main thing to look here or to write anything about the definition of instinct. Thank you, Dr. Marshaziyad, number 2.
Okay, so what's the following? Which of the following terms best suggests the main idea of the passage?
Just wait, Marshaziyad. Again, this kind of question again is a writing question. So 1 and 2 writing question that would take more than 30 seconds. So as I told you, these two kind of question, you can leave it till the end of the passage. Like when you arrive to number 11, you can return back and solve it according to the information that you gather. Okay, Dr. Marshaziyad, what you're going to do here?
We will read the paragraph, the first paragraph.
Okay, because here he said the passage, the main idea of the passage. So we need to know the main idea, so we're going to read the first paragraph. Okay, or we can depend only the first sentence and the last sentence, right?
Yes, but if time is not clear.
Yes, actually the time in grammar is not going to be sufficient. Okay, so may you read, please?
It is becoming more and more an accepted fact that engineers or physicians or lawyers, like our poets, are born and not made. I believe this to be true. Educators generally are thinking seriously along these lines, with the result that vocational advisors are springing up, especially in industrial circles, to establish eventually yet another profession. Instinct
Instinct
leads
leads.
young men to enter upon certain coins, unless turned off by a misguided parents or guardians. As a general thing, that hunch works out successfully. Philosophers from the time immemorial, including Plato and Emerson, have written of the still small voice within and have argued that it be heeded.
Urge that it be.
Okay,
Okay.
urge that it be heeded. The thing is instinct, cumulative yearnings within man of thousands of his ancestors, and to disobey it is to fling defiance at nature herself. Personally, I believe that when this law becomes more generally understood, there will be fewer failures decorating park benches in our cities and cracker boxes in our country stores. Every city needs an engineer who loves what he does.
What he does. Okay, so as you can find, he start with a certain set of profession and he end with the engineer, and the title is about opportunities in engineer. As I told you, it can depend on the first sentence and last sentence. And here we have a vocabulary that we need something to mention this about the philosopher from time immemorial. Okay, here we're gonna come here to delete now the first thing because we don't know what does the meaning of heeded. Okay, but we know disregarded. Can we put here that the philosophers from time immemorial, their ideas can be disregarded?
No.
Okay, so we are going to cancel disregarded. We have now heeded that we don't know its meaning. We have accepted, we have noted. Accepted, accepted.
Noted will work better than accepted.
Okay. So now if you are between noted and heeded, which one you're going to choose?
Like I will choose heeded.
Why?
Like because like the meaning gives it is like it's better in the meaning of the sentence.
Yeah, he said urged. Urged means forced something. So forced to pay attention to this kind of ideas. Thank you. So it's not going to be noted, it's not going to be accepted, so it's going to be pay attention. Thank you much, Ziad. Dr. Hamza, question number 3. I think Marshal Ziad, when he was reading the last sentence, he didn't accept to read it with need. Okay, read it please.
Every city need an engineer who loves what he does.
Okay, we know that this is the verb. We know that this is the verb. And we know that every, each, no one, each one, everybody, everything come with a singular verb. So let's go here and find the singular verb. We know that need is in the present but plural. Needs, it's in the present but singular. Are needed in the present but in the passive. But plural is needed in the passive but present and singular. Number 1, we said that we need singular. So now we are between needs or is needed. Do we need a passive voice here? No, we have the subject here, every city, so it's better to say needs. Clear, Dr. Hamza?
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Jana, number 4, also it's easy.
Yes.
Read the sentence.
You may be of this type of you may not. The type is quite pronounced, however, and you need not go wrong in your dissection. عشان احنا قلنا you وبنتكلم على you وقلنا you كذا مرة فهي اللي بتاخد اليو.
Okay, so here we are depending, as Dr. Jana said, we are depending on the pronoun. We are depending on the antecedent. And the antecedent here is you. I can't choose number 1 from one's or his because they have the same meaning. It's, we don't have a thing here. ما فيش شيء. So it's better to say your. You for your. Thank you, Dr. Jana. Pilot Kareem, number 5. دكتور كريم قبل ما نبتدي انا قلت لك اما نلاقي نفس التشويزز نفس الكلام معنى كده ان ده جرامر مش رايتنج. يعني ده جرامر في مشكله في البانكتويشن the main thing. فخلينا نعمل elimination كده الاول ونشوف ايه الغلط. اوكي.
Okay, do I read?
Yes.
rough, rugged, gray-eyed, with frames close-knit and usually squat, generous with money, and unconcerned as to the future, living each day regardless of the next, and living it. Steel workers are as distinct from the clerical type: slender, tall, a bit self-conscious, fearful of themselves and of the future. I say the steel worker is as different from the clerical worker as a circus driver is from the cleric.
Okay. As you can see, Pilot Kareem here, we have many punctuation, like we have commas, we have semicolon,
Semicolon.
we have dashes or hyphen, dashes and
Yes.
hyphen together. So actually it's something complicated. أنا هعمل إيه في سؤال زي دوت؟ I have to look at the choices and find what is the difference between them. Like here you find after rough comma. Here after
Okay.
rough no comma. Here after
Yes.
rough comma. صح ولا لا؟
Yes.
So you have to design that after rough we need a comma or not.
Okay.
First. ليه؟ عشان نعمل elimination لحاجه منهم اللي هي ما فيهاش كوما او هنعمل elimination ل A B و D ويبقى الانسر C. فعندنا
Okay.
rough, rugged, gray-eyed. What are these? These are adjectives. معايا؟ These
Yes.
are adjectives. طيب الادجectives دي سميناها قبل كده اسمها compound adjectives. I'm sorry, coordinate adjectives. Coordinate adjective instead of writing x, comma, y, comma, and z, no بنقول x, comma, y, comma, z بس. اوكي؟ يعني ما بنكتبش and في الايه؟ في ال coordinate adjective. معنى كده coordinate adjective لا we need comma. شكرا. يبقى احنا
Okay.
كده we cancel
C.
C.
No.
نشوف ايه المختلف تاني بعديها. rugged there is comma after it. تمام. في A
Yes.
و B. لكن rugged هنا ما في خلاص I'm sorry. rugged هنا برضه في كوما خلاص يبقى it's right. طيب gray eyed في سيمي كولن. تعال نشوف اللي موجوده في هنا سيمي كولن
Okay.
هنا كوما هنا سيمي كولن.
Semicolon.
يبقى we need semicolon or comma. طيب يا مستر احنا كنا ماشيين بالcoordinate adjective بعد كده جت prepositional phrase. There is a prepositional phrase here. طب يا مستر انت there is a rule you told us if there are commas inside commas. معايا كريم؟ لو في commas جوه
Yes.
الكوماس يعني المفروض ان احنا كنا نحط كوما فعلا. بس لو في commas مع الكوماس لا حول المين كوما لسيمي كولن.
Semicolon.
اوكي؟
Yes.
معنى كده اللي احنا we need a semicolon. يبقى we cancel B. احنا قاعدين نعمل اهو نعمل decline بنعمل elimination عشان يبقى عندنا الانسرز مظبوط. دلوقتي ما فيش
Okay.
قدامي غير A و D اللي ماشيه صح. نكمل. With frame close knit and usually squat. After squat there is semicolon. Okay?
Yes.
After squat here there is comma.
There's a comma.
طيب we need semicolon or comma. ما ايوه ما احنا عاوزين نعمل separation اللي هي with frames close knit and usually squat دي نعتبرها لوحدها. فبدأ بسيميكولن تنتهي بايه؟ semicolon. Clear?
Yes.
So
Yes.
now we cancel D. So the only answer is going to be right is A.
Is A.
Clear, Kareem, how to answer this kind of questions?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Pilot Kareem.
Bro.
Engineer Taha. Number 6. It's in the same sentence. And take care. We said if we have two questions, but this is not usual. دي تريك بس مش على طول. يعني لازم تتأكد منها. يعني انت لو حليتها بنفس الطريقة لازم تتأكد ان حلك صح. لو عندنا سؤالين ماشيين في نفس السنتنس one at least of them no change. طيب انا جبت اللي فوق no change صح؟
ايوه يبقى دي مش شرط تبقى نوت تشينج.
يعني دي مش شرط تبقى no change او ممكن تبقى no change. فاحنا المفروض ان احنا نتأكد. Can you read please?
rough rugged gray eyed with frames close night and
Knit and usually squat.
quite generous with money and unconcerned as to the future, living each day regardless of the next and living it. Steel workers are as distinct from the clerical type.
Take care. هو بيقول ان steel workers are as distinct from يعني they are different from the clerical type. Okay, ها. Slender.
Lyrical type slender, tall, a bit self-conscious, fearful of themselves and of the future. I say the steel workers is as different from the clerical worker as
خلي
the
بالك هو عادها
circus
تاني
worker.
اهو. عاد نفس الجملة. Steel worker is as different from the clerical worker. ها.
The circus driver is from the cleric.
اوكي. نركز بقى لان احنا عاوزين هنا نعبر ان او بنجيب analogy. هو بيقول لك ان الستيل worker different from the clerical worker. زي السيركس درايفر is from the يعني different from the. طب ايه اللي هيجيب الانجينير هنا؟ لا هو الانجينير ما بيشتغلش في السيرك، صح ولا لا؟
صح.
يعني عمر ما انجينير طه هيطلع انجينير ويشتغل في السيرك. طيب if we're gonna say عندنا دلوقتي circus man، هل ممكن ان يبقى دي analogy ان الستيل workers different from the clerical work زي السيركس درايفر is different from the circus man؟
ممكن.
بس هو مش السيركس درايفر، هو السيركس، يعني ممكن السيركس درايفر يبقى سيركس مان ولا لا؟ لكن الستيل وركر مش الكليرك، مش الموظف، صح؟
صح.
طيب يعني ممكن السيركس مان برضو نشيلها لانها مش جايه الانالوجي خالص. انا عندي دلوقتي كليرك اللي هو الموظف وعندي وركر، الاثنين موظفين، بس انا عاوز نفس الكلمه وعاوز حاجه بيشتغل في السيرك. طب هو اللي بيشتغل في السلك، خلي بالك عشان worker دي general word. worker a general word we use it with everything. لكن لو انت عاوز حاجه اداريه something administrative engineer طه يبقى clerk. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. So the answer is A. Number 7, engineer Zaina.
Where should the author place the underlined sentence for coherency?
Here we're talking about coherency. Here we're talking about coherency. And we're looking at the underlined sentence. We have to look at the keywords to find where you're going to put it, where it's related. May you read it, please?
Having this fondness for mathematics, which may be termed otherwise as a curiosity to make concrete ends meet, the working out of puzzles is one evidence of the gift. The young man is well armed for a successful career in the profession.
Okay. If we're going to look here at the keywords, we're going to find that fondness, mathematics, curiosity, puzzles, evidence, gift, young man, career, profession. And take care. We have a modifier in the beginning, having this fondness for mathematics. يعني بيحب الماث. مين؟ اليونج مان. اليونج مان. طب تعالوا نشوف السنتنس دي المفروض تكون محطوطة بتتكلم عن adjective. واحنا عارفين who loves math? Engineers. So if we're gonna say no change, is there a relationship to the sentence before it? May you read it?
He must like to figure to use
Colloquialism.
Colloquialism. Okay. And his fondness for it must be genuine, almost an absorption.
Okay. But he doesn't talk about math, right? هو قال لك and his fondness for it اللي هي colloquialism. Clear?
Yes.
بعد كده اتكلم عن هنا الفondness for math. طب نكمل الجملة اللي بعديها.
It must reveal itself to him at an early age too, as early as his grammar school days, for then it will be known as genuinely a part of him and the outcropping of seeds correctly sown by his ancestors.
في مشكلة يعني if I put this here لأن هنا كان بيتكلم به وهنا he's still talking with him ففي هيبقى مشكلة. لا it's not in that part, so I'm gonna delete it. طب before sentence 1 here in that part mean that relate to the sentence before and after. May you read please?
Their work marks them for its own. If a man lack it upon entering the work, just as the schoolroom marks the teacher in time for its own, the thing is not to be mistaken.
Okay, the sentence after?
The successful engineer must be possessed of a certain fondness for figures.
I think it's after. ما يبقاش between. صح ولا لا؟
Because the sentence before is not related, but after it is related.
Yeah, okay. Let's go after sentence 3. لا ده هنا ودانا في حتة تانية. Okay. Let's go here.
It must reveal itself to him. We read it.
Yeah, read it.
At an early age too, as early as his grammar school days, for then it will be known as genuinely a part of him and the outcropping of seeds correctly sown by his ancestors.
Okay, after that he said,
He will like mathematics for its own sake, and
okay, here he mentioned the mathematics, the main word. Okay.
And when later in college and later skill in the active pursuit of his chosen work, he is confronted with a difficult problem covering strain or stress in a beam or lever or connecting rod. He will attack it neutrally instead of, as I have seen such problems attacked more than once, irritably and with
احنا عندنا كده sentence 3. ممكن نقف هنا insisted.
بس
Okay. طب هنا there is a mathematics and he talk about the difficult problem as he mentioned. Here he said having this fondness to mathematics. So maybe after sentence 4 or before sentence 4, which may be termed otherwise as curiosity to make concrete ends meet. The working out of puzzles, طبعا puzzles can be a difficult problem, is one evidence of the gift. The young man is well armed for a successful career in the profession. So it can be after sentence 3 or after sentence 4. The right?
Mr. Can I say something else?
Yes.
Ganna is wrote on the group that she's waiting in the waiting room.
Yeah, okay. So it can be after sentence 3 or after sentence 4. Why? Because here he talk about mathematics and talk about difficult problem and he talk about puzzles. But the problem after sentence 4, he said the successful engineer must be a man who like to shape things. And here he doesn't mention anything about engineer. He still talk about math. So it's better to be after sentence
3.
3. Thank you. Dr. Ahmed, question number 8.
Which of the following choices best support the author position on engineering instincts?
Okay, take care. This is vocabulary, words, and I need something related to engineering instincts. Something related to engineering instincts. Take care. It's the sentence that read by Engineer Zaina. She said, he will like mathematics for its own sake, and will later in college and later still in the active pursuit of his chosen work to be an engineer, he is confronted with a difficult problem covering strains or stress in a beam or lever or connecting rod. He will attack it. What? Instead of. So if he find a problem, he will attack it. I need something related to the engineer instinct. Let's find the words. We know that if he find a problem, he will attack it positively. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. We have here neutrally, يعني حد داخل عادي. Eagerly, يعني عنده لا ده عنده potential ان هو يحلها. Inadequately, طبعا دي نيجاتيف خالص، وطبعا الانجينير عمره ما يبقى عنده الصفه دي لان هيدخل ليها eagerly better. Grudgingly, بحقد، لا مش grudgingly. وطبعا it's not neutrally، يعني مش داخل زي الراجل العادي، يبقى تبقى ايه؟ eagerly. Thank you. Marshal Ziad, number 9.
Which of the following provides the best sentence structure needed to support the author's main idea?
انت النهارده عندك الرايتنج كله.
Yes.
Okay. So how are we going to answer this?
Main idea, either I will read the passage or either I will read the first sentence and the last sentence.
Okay. احنا طبعا هنا he said the main idea of the author. That mean we are going to depend on the whole passage. So we have to read the first paragraph and the part of this paragraph. But is it the last paragraph? We have to ask ourselves. Yes, it's the last paragraph. Yes, it's the last paragraph.
No,
This
I
is the
mean
last-
like this.
No, this is the last paragraph. Look here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we have, or maybe this is the last paragraph, but there is a problem. Like he start here with and. Okay, the main thing right now.
Yes, I meant this.
Yes. So we have to decide right now to bring something that depend on the passage. طبعا we are talking about engineers, the right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's read the sentence and we're going to depend on the question that we answer. طبعا هنعتمد على الانفورميشن اللي احنا جمعناها خلاص من other questions. Again, this kind of questions you can leave it till the end. يعني احنا عندنا question 1 و question 2 و question 9. You can leave till the end and you can solve them easily by the end because you're gonna pass through the passage, you know, in direct way. Okay, may you read the first sentence,
But
please?
we can use the like this sentence 9 because there's changing it.
Yeah. So sentence 9, actually, we are gonna look at it. It must be related to what before. Let's read what before.
The successful engineer must be a man who likes to shape things with his hands.
Okay, let's
He
find now. Is this relate to the main idea or not?
He need not always do it, and probably will not after he has attained recognition, save only as he supervises or makes the mechanical drawings the picture of the thing. But
Okay,
the itch must be present in the
I'm sorry.
but the I read the last sentence, but the itch must be present in the map.
Okay. But here we are depending on the main idea because we have to put something, details. Because here is support, we need to put details.
It is supporting the previous sentence.
Yeah, why? Because here he said what? He said
Like
he
he
attained
said
recognition.
to shape things. Yes, he shaped things with hands, and he like give us an example or like this.
Perfect. So he give us a detail that relate to the shape of his hand. خلي بالكم ان في اصلا في السنتنس نفسه في جرامر غلط. بس طبعا السنتنس اللي عندي هنا كلها مختلفة. فعشان كده انا قلت دي writing، لكن هنا المفروض كان يقول he needs، يقول saves. تمام، بس انا ماليش دعوة برضو في الامتحان، انا بصلح لنفسي. اوكي؟ طيب look at B, why it's wrong. Read it.
He probably won't need to do that after he is recognized, save only as he supervises or makes the mechanical drawing that is the picture of the thing. Like it's the opposite.
Yes, because he talk about shape with his hands, and now he's talk about mechanical drawing. Okay, C.
Until after he has attained recognition, he needs actually not always do it, and probably will not after save only as supervises or makes the mechanical drawings.
The same thing, the same mistake of B, because talk about mechanical drawing and we're talking about shape things with his hands. D.
He needs not always do it, save only as he supervises or makes the mechanical drawings the picture of the thing, and probably will not after he has attained recognition.
The same thing,
No.
talk about mechanical drawing, and the main thing,
There are grammar mistakes in the choices also.
yes. We have grammar mistakes. Okay, mister, but mechanical drawing is mentioned here. But here he said supervise or make the mechanical drawing the picture of the thing. We need the picture that he's gonna do it by himself. Okay?
Okay. So it's A.
Yes. Thank you. Dr. Hamza, number 10. Dr. Hamza?
Yes.
Number 10. Look here, Dr. Hamza. We need to find at first, is it writing or not? You're going to find it here, crawling under the family bus, crawling under the family bus, crawling under the family bus, crawling under the family. So that means there's a grammar question. So we have to use the way of elimination. May you read, please, from the beginning?
If a young man be of those who early like to
Take care. If here, that means that this sentence is dependent. And we know that the dependent, then comma, independent. So let's complete this to find this right or wrong.
crawling under the family was wagon tinkering there for half a day at a time.
Emerging
in a thick
coating
of grease and dust, and with joy in his eyes, such a young man has.
Take care. Here we have a dash. لأن الجملة dependent بدأ من هنا اهي. الindependent I'm sorry. الجملة الindependent بدأ من هنا، فهو حاطط هنا a dash. And this right, yes, it can be right. لأن أصلا مش محطوط تحتها underline. Okay, read, huh?
Such a young man has necessary
qualifications for a successful engineer.
for the social engineer.
اوكي يعني
engineer.
هنا بدل الكاما حط داش. اوكي نو بروبلم. خلاص ما هي مش محطوط تحتها خط. Now let's think about the first part لان المشكله دلوقتي في الفيرست part. طب هو حط سيمي كولن. Can be a semicolon? Yes, it can be a semicolon. Why? Because here we have a list. لو احنا بصينا هنا نلاقي في عندي طبعا crawl, tinkering, emerging. في طبعا غلط في crawl ودست لان tinkering واemerging يبقى المفروض دي crawling ودusting. يبقى المشكله دلوقتي في الباراليزم. في الباراليزم طبعا عندي مشكله هنا. عندي هنا مشكله. طب حط سيمي كولن ليه؟ لان في كوماز انسايد كوماز فهو حول الكوماز لسيمي كولن. طيب يا مستر هنا قال crawl, tinkers, emerge. لا ما المفروض تبقى crawls, tinkers, emerges. لازم يكونوا زي بعض او تبقى من غير اس كلهم. طيب هنا ال crawling, tinkering, emerge برضو دي فيها غلط ما فيهاش اي ان جي. طب هنا قال crawl, tinker, emerge. هنا كده مشيت. and dust طبعا لان المتحكم فينا اللي مش محطوط تحتها خط. فان dust صح يبقى المفروض كلهم without ing. كلير دكتور حمزه؟
Yes.
اوكي. دكتور جانا number 11.
Yes, sir. According to the information in the graphic and the passage, which of the following provides the best conclusion sentence and as a summary of the graph?
Okay. Here it's a question related to the passage as a whole and to the graph. Like if you look here at the graph, you find born engineers, shape with their hands, interested in mathematics, use colloquialism. طبعا كل الباراجراف اللي احنا اتكلمنا عنها. Fondness for figures, instinct. So I need something related to the characteristics of the engineer. The right?
تمام.
Okay, let's find. Read the first one.
Therefore, there are 5 different qualities naturally born engineers must هنا قلنا engineers اهي must possess instinct fondness for figures ability to shape with one's hand one interest in mathematics with the ability of use
colloquialism. Okay. These are the 5 characteristics and he talk about therefore so it may be صح ولا لا؟
تمام صح.
Okay, let's look at B.
In conclusion, there are 5 different qualities that any person, firstly, engineering as an adult must worker, instinct, fondness for figures, ability to shape with one's hand, and interest in mathematics, and the ability to use colloquialism.
Okay, طب دي تنفع بس المشكلة هنا اللي قال ايه؟ Any person pursuing engineer as an adult. تمام؟ فهي دي المشكلة اللي احنا لازم نتأكد منها. كلير؟ هل هو متولد كانجينير ولا اي واحد خلاص pursuing engineer ممكن يبقى عنده الحاجات دي؟ يبقى كان بي A and B. هنشوفه في الاخر. طب نشوف سي.
بس لو احنا رجعنا للجراف هو بيقول ان البورن انجينير هم اللي بيبقى عندهم ال5 دول.
طبعا هو البورن انجينير صح. قال حتى هنا born engineers يعني دي غلط. برافو جميل.
تمام.
يعني جمله born engineer ادتنا ان دي الاولويه. طب سي.
All in all, any born engineer must possess one of these qualities: instinct, fondness for figure, ability to shape one's hand, one interest in mathematics, and the ability use colloquialism.
طب هو انا بس قال one يعني مش كلهم لكن هنا قال كلهم يبقى برضو we have to decide that all of them or one. طبعا الباراجراف كله كان بيتكلم عن all of them صح ولا لا؟
بيتكلم عن instinct وعن fondness. تمام.
اوكي. D.
That is to say engineers are born with certain qualities just like boats. ما جبناش سيرة البوتس في الجراف and their job is to foster them for a young age.
Okay, we didn't compare them to poets here. Thank you. Okay, Pilot Karim. Second passage.
Okay. Beginning from that on the right.
Just wait. Marshal Ziad, you received the admission ticket, but it doesn't show grade 10 or 11?
Yes.
It didn't tell you anything?
Yes.
Mister, it's the same thing. I already sent an email to ask them, is it like for suitable, it's like, can I use it as a 11th grader? they told me it's not our thing. You have to call the Ministry of Education to make sure if it's countable or not.
The Ministry of Education doesn't declare anything.
I don't know. I sent an email يعني to ask, and that was the response.
Okay, for you, Dr. Jana, does it show anything about the grade 10 or 11 or 12?
لا يعني حتى انا داخله 12 هو مش بيكتب اصلا في الادميشن يعني. هو اصلا لما انت بتيجي تقدم على التست انت مش بتقول له انت جريد 10 او 11 او 12.
So
هو
it
مش
doesn't show in
بيكتب
the admission ticket.
لا.
Okay, for the people that they are entering, we are considering as a trial for us. Okay, but a real trial.
تقريبا يا دكتور بيقولوا بعد السكور ما بيطلع بيحددوه هي تتحسب ل 12 ولا تتحسب ل 10.
اوكي لا هي ال 12 محسوبه. ال 12 محسوبه.
لكن
ل 10 دي المشكله. 10 احنا مش عارفين احنا لسه خرجنا من 10 ولا لسه في 10. لكن لو كانت في شهر 8 المشكله في الميعاد. لو كانت في شهر 8 كانت على طول محسوبه لجريد 10 وجريد 12. لكن هي المره دي فيها كلام كتير فاحنا كنا منتصرين الادميشن تيكت ان هو يبين جريد 10 او جريد 11. طيب بالنسبه للناس اللي داخلين انجينير زينه مارشال زياد انجينير طه we are gonna consider it as a calculated one. يعني احنا داخلين وبنعملها calculated يعني هنعمل ما فوق استطاعتنا. والله بعد كده ان شاء الله نجيب ال 1600 وما اتحسبتش بقى يعني نعمل ايه؟ امرنا لله. لكن احنا to wait for the Minister of Education اصلا Minister of Education مش عارفين اي شيء يعني فهتبقى مشكله. فاحنا عاملين حسابنا احنا داخلين بالنيه ان هي محسوبه تمام وبرضه داخلين ان هي ترايل مش محسوبه. في الحالتين ان احنا بنتعود على الجو عامل ازاي. اوكي let's return back. مين اللي كان عليه الدور؟ بايلوت كريم. I'm sorry.
Me.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, may you read the sentence please?
Okay. That honor belongs to Charles Curtis, an enrolled member of the co-nation, who served as President Herbert Hoover's vice president.
Okay, it's enough. It's enough. Yeah. Now we're talking about Charles Kurtz. This is the number one. That means it's a person. Can we use which?
Yes. No.
Okay, so the first thing we are going to cancel which. Now we have who is, whose. Let's decide that it's who or whose. Take care that whose come after it a noun. Whose
yes.
come after it a noun. اللي جاي بعد الكلمة serve. Serve the verb. يبقى whose is wrong. يبقى now we are between who or who is. Who come after the verb. طب هنقول who served ولا who is served. طبعا who is served ده passive. مفيش حاجه اسمها is served. ده هو اللي خدم. يبقى المفروض direct.
Who served.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, just wait. Engineer Zena sent something to me. Although I know that at the test institution, we have no restriction for entrance trials. You will have to check with the Ministry of Education on the Spring Council of University if these trials will count for you. Okay. The question after that, number 13. Thank you, Pilot Kareem. Engineer Taha,
no
question number 13. Take care, Engineer Taha, that here we have a kind of things. Here it's transition, okay? You have time, therefore, you have time, therefore, you have time and, you have time but. Time, therefore, it's the problem with them, the punctuation. But both of them talk about reason, cause and effect. Time, comma, and this addition. Time, comma, but this contradiction. Okay? Engineer Taha, you are with me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So we have to decide what is the relation now that you're going to put this. طب نقرا جملة كده قبل وجملة بعد. اهي الجمله هي طبعا اللي فيها therefore. May you read the sentence that was read by Pilot Kareem?
That honor belongs to Charles Curtis, an enrolled member of the coalition, which served as president.
Who served?
Who served as president, Herbert Hoover's vice president for his entire first term from 1929 to 1933.
Okay, let's read the second sentence. Prejudice.
Prejudice against Native Americans was widespread and intense at the time. Therefore, Curtis's ascent to the office speaks of his skillful navigation of the
political system. Okay. So do you find that the relation between احنا طبعا نبتدي من prejudice against Native American was widespread and intense at the time. Therefore Kurt's ascent. هل افضل therefore ولا and ولا but؟ الافضل طبعا reason cause and effect. Okay. اوكي. طب انا عندي دلوقتي خلاص I'm gonna cancel C and D. هل قبل therefore نستخدم semicolon ولا without anything؟ تعال نشوف السبجكت والverb. Prejudice is the subject. Was widespread is the verb. ادي كده جمله. الجمله الثانيه خلي بالك بادئه بال ascent is the subject, speaks is the verb. معنى كده ان انا عندي two independent sentences. And we said that if we have two independent sentences, we must connect them with comma, fanboys, or full stop, or semicolon. So it's better to put semicolon. Clear, Engineer Tom?
Please.
Okay. Engineer Zaina, 14.
Which word best fits the meaning of the sentence?
So there's a vocabulary one. So may you read the sentence, please? His rise?
His rise also tells a broader story of how prominent Native Americans viewed how their communities should assimilate within a
naturally
white society and government.
Okay, here he talk about gathering or to be the same. صح؟ لأن هنا بيتكلم عن التفرقة العنصرية فبيقول his rise also tells a broader story of how prominent Native American viewed how their communities should what? Within a predominantly white society and government. طيب تعالي نشوف الكلمات اللي احنا عارفين معناها لأن ممكن معظم الكلمات ما نكونش عارفين معناها. عندنا assimilate بنشوف الكلمة دي على طول. assimilate يعني يجمع، يحط الحاجات اللي شبه بعض مع بعض. اوكي، جاي من كلمه similar اهي. لو بصيتي على في النص كده هتلاقي SIM. so similar. صح ولا لا؟
صح.
اوكي. abstain لا انا ما اعرفهاش. accommodate لا عارفينها. accommodate جاي من accommodation يعني provide. طب acquaint برضو ما اعرفهاش. يبقى انا عندي two words اللي هي abstain و acquaint. تبص على الكلمتين اللي احنا نعرفهم الاول لو حاجه تنفع منهم. هو بيقول ايه؟ هو بيقول in his rise also tells a broader story of how prominent Native American viewed how their community should ان يبقوا متشابهين مع المجتمع الابيض والجفرمنت لان كان في discrimination. صح؟ يبقى it's better to be similar. assimilate. Okay, do you know how we get the answer right now?
Yes.
Okay, so like that, I'm not going to look at abstain or acquaint, but I wrote for you the meaning because abstain means to choose not to do, or acquaint to be familiar. Thank you, Engineer Zain. Dr. Ahmed, question number 15.
Okay, question number 15. The politics, Curtis,
the policies.
The policies, Curtis pursued in
Congress.
In Congress, and then as vice president.
Specifically
those on native issue. Cloud.
Good. I'm sorry. Yes, Cloud. His
legacy today spike. Okay.
Groundbreaking achievements. خلي بالك احنا بنتكلم دلوقتي على possessive pronoun. اوكي؟ فانا عندي it's للthing لحاجه غير عاقل.
Okay.
طبعا their مش possessive pronoun. his لبيرسون بيكون طبعا masculine. her لبيرسون بتكون feminine، يعني ست وده راجل. طب انا بنتكلم دلوقتي عن كيرتس صح؟ لان الجراوند
Okay.
بريكنج اتشيفمنت لكيرتس، فالمفروض ان هو راجل، هيبقى ايه؟
His.
yes. thank you. ماشي زياد number 16.
Finally, a grammar question. Okay,
Yes.
so Curtis was born in 1860 to a white father who from a wealthy tropical family and a mother who was one quarter cow tribe also known as Kanza or Kansa. Okay,
Okay.
so
طب خلينا نحللها الاول.
yes,
Kurtz is subject, was born verb.
yes.
انا عندي بعد كده prepositional phrase، فليه انا احط
Okay.
punctuation اصلا؟ is it needed punctuation؟
No.
بس خلاص، ما هو خلاص ما فيش punctuation، وقال in 1860 to a white father from a wealthy tropical family and a mother. معنى كده in 1860 بتوصف was born to a white father بتوصف Kurtz، فطبعا مش هحطها between semicolon ولا comma ولا colon ولا اي شيء. clear؟
Yes.
okay thank you. دكتور حمزة 17.
Yes.
we're talking here about modifier دكتور حمزة، خلي بالك بنتكلم عن الموديفاير. بدأ ب ing، احنا قلنا الموديفاير if start the sentence it can end with ing en or ed or prepositional phrase. فده موديفاير. احنا عاوزين بقى حاجه بتوصف هي. نركز بقى على الجمله اللي هي الهايلايت دي، بيقول ايه؟
He spent time living with both his sets
his sets of grandparents.
grandparents, and for 8 years he lived on the cow reservation.
اوكي يبقى انا عاوز حاجه بتوصف هي اللي هو كيرتس. اوكي طب نشوف هنا ونشوف مين الافضل. ها بيقول هنا ايه؟
Growing up and with the years that passed by.
طب ما هو growing up معناها the year that passed by، يعني why I'm gonna repeat it again. طب نشوف هنا.
Starting
growing، لا هنا growing up
growing up
اهي موديفاير
growing up
وايزي. مين اللي growing up؟ هي وبيكمل. طب هنا
starting from his youth to
يا
his recent.
طب ما هي نفس الانفورميشن بتاعت growing up، و growing up is shorter and more precise، فناخدها افضل. اوكي ها
as years passed.
هي المفروض as years passed، المفروض ان هي modifier but it's better to say growing up to describe he. clear دكتور حمزة؟ اوكي number 18 دكتور جانا.
Yes, sir.
okay.
The author is considering deleting the underlined phrase should the sentence be kept or deleted.
Okay, just to decide that you're going to delete the underlined phrase, you have to read the sentence before عشان نشوف ليها علاقة ولا ملهاش.
The adolescent Kirchhoff wants to move with his community. According to his Senate biography, his Cohen grandmother talked him into staying with his paternal grandparents and continued his education.
Okay. اوكي جو اون. احنا
المفروض
المفروض ان
نقرا
احنا
جملة بعدها كمان.
ونقرا الجمله بعدها كمان. اوكي ها.
I took her Spinte's advice and the next morning and as wagons pulled out for the south bound for Indian Territory, I mounted my pony and with my belongings in a flour sack returned to Topeka and school. Curtius later record in the flourish of self my
اوكي طبعا عندنا الهير هتعود
على
لو احنا ديليت فما فيش حد هنا فيه هير خالص.
تمام.
لكن جراند ماذر موجود.
فاحنا كده هنسيب.
يبقى مش ديليت، يبقى كيب. طب تعال نشوف بقى الكيب ليه. ها؟
keep it provide support for the previous claim.
اللي هو
احنا هنا
الكليم
هو
اللي
كان
هو
عايز هو كان عايز هو كيرتيوس ده كان عايز يسافر مع الكوميونتي بتاعته، والبيوجرافي بتاعته الجراند ماذر بتاعته قالت له ان هو يقعد ويكمل دراسته.
بس خلي بالك هو الكليم هنا اللي هي المين سنتنس، المين ايديا او البيجيننج سنتنس، فهي اللي هي الجمله دي. فبيقول in 1873 the federal government forced the co-south to enter territory which would later become Oklahoma. يعني هم خلاص بعدوهم. فطبعا هي ماشيه مع القصه، صح ولا لا؟
تمام صح.
طب شوفي بقى بي keep it provides a counter argument for the previous claim. لا، ما كانتش عكس.
ما كانش في
ماشي.
argument.
اوكي.
ما كانش في argument.
يس، ما كانش في argument. Thank you دكتور جمال. بايلوت كريم number 19.
اوكي.
خلي بالك نمبر
اوكي
19 ترانزيشن. فاول ما الاقي ترانزيشنال لازم اعرف ايه البوزيشن او الفانكشن بتاعتهم. يعني although ده طبعا contradiction, despite contradiction, however contradiction, moreover addition. المفروض لو انا في الاكت، ركزوا، لو انا في الاكت بعمل ديليت للاي والبي والسي لانهم نفس الفانكشن وباخد دي moreover. لكن في الاي اس تي لا، هو بيصعبها. في الاي اس تي بيحط اي حاجه. المفروض دلوقتي اللي انا اشوف العلاقه ما بين الجملتين بعد وقبل عشان to decide that it's contradiction or addition. Clear? May you read please before and after?
Although there is a
No,
statement of the
Kansas petition.
Kansas politician and newspaper editor William Allen White described him carrying books with the names of Republicans in each Kansas township. Mumbling the names like a pious worshipper out of a prayer book, so that he could greet each of them by name and ask about their family.
Okay.
Although
then the second part. Yes.
Although there is a statement of the co by Kansans, which included land theft and murder, many whites were obviously willing to vote for Curtis.
Okay. ركز بقى معانا عشان دلوقتي there is a problem. اوكي دكتور. There is a problem. انا دلوقتي شايف ان الجمله contradiction، صح؟ مش addition. Clear?
Yes.
اوكي. يعني معنى كده ان انا اختار ما بين although, despite و however. بس ركز معايا ان however لازم يجي وراها جمله كامله. و although لازم يجي وراها جمله كامله. despite ممكن تتعامل معامله البريبوزيشن. يبقى prepositional phrase. طب هل احنا محتاجين جمله كامله ولا prepositional phrase؟ هنا بقى نشوف بقى بيقول ايه. لو احنا although the risk treatment of the co of white Kansas which included land theft and murder، خلاص دي طبعا dependent. many whites، طب احنا كده مالناش دعوه بwhich، خلينا نقول ايه although the resist treatment of the co. طب ما هنا مفيش subject to verb. السبجكت والverb بادئ من هنا. many whites were، وماليش دعوه بالجمله اللي بين التو داشز. التو داشز ليه؟ لانها is not important. هي dependent but is not important. معنى كده ان this wrong although wrong، صح ولا لا؟ لان انا عاوز prepositional phrase. فالوحيده اللي هي prepositional phrase اللي هي despite the racist treatment. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Number 20. Engineer Taha.
Yes.
Okay, we read.
Which choice best connects this paragraph to the main idea in the previous paragraph?
Okay, so take care. I need the first sentence to be connected to the previous paragraph. May you read the previous paragraph here?
The one thing that might have lightened the persecution of Curtis was that he was half white. Brooks says he is light complected. He's not dark skinned like a lot of Kansas. His personality wins people over. He was a popular kid.
Okay. يعني هو ما كانش طبعا black or colored، كان ايه half white. فتعال نشوف الجملة دي هل متعلقة باللي اتقال ولا لا.
Throughout his time in Congress, Curtis also consistently pushed for policies that many Native Americans today say were a disaster for their nation.
Okay, here he talk about his characteristics. ان هو كان popular، ولد مشهور، كان half white. The right؟
Yes.
معنى كده he doesn't talk about his policies.
No.
يبقى it's not right. So delete this. Let's look at B.
Skin color was not the real problem since personality played a role too in the making of Congressman.
Yeah, I know that we're talking about personality. بس الكالر بتاعه لا، كان اداله البوش، لانه ما كانش like the other. ده كان half white. Okay, C.
Unfortunately, racists can like a person of color and still be racist, and that's what happened with Curtis.
We didn't talk that they like him or not، لان هم حبوه اهو. بيقول لك wins people over. طب الاخيره؟
His popularity among the white majority continued to increase during Curtis's time in Congress as he consistently pushed for policies that many Native Americans today say were a disaster for nations.
Okay. The popularity was mentioned لان قال لك popular kid wins people over, so it can be related. All right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Engineer Dana, 21.
Which of the following terms best describes the legal writing of the Curtis Act?
Take care, there's a vocabulary. I need something to describe the legal writing of the Kurtz Act. May you read, please?
And in 1898, as a member of the Committee on Indian Affairs, he sketched what became known as the Curtis Act, extending those acts provisions to the so-called five civilized tribes of Oklahoma.
Okay, خلي بالك احنا بنتكلم عن legal writing. Legal writing can be sketched.
No.
Okay, it's not gonna be sketch. طيب هو بيتكلم عن legal writing، يعني اتكتبوا خلاص، ده قوانين، فمش معقولة تكون planned.
It's either wrote or draft.
It's gonna be wrote or drafted. The right؟ لأن هم
Yes.
المفروض to became known، يبقى المفروض drafted not wrote. لأن لو wrote خلاص مش فهم خلاص اتحققوا، لكن drafted يعني مكتوبة كده على ورق بس، وبعد كده they start to be published later. Clear؟
Yes.
Okay. 22. Dr. Ahmed, did you return back?
Nice.
Okay. Number 22. طبعا you had the same words. يبقى the problem here in punctuation. May you read please from Kurtz?
Kurtz also supported Native American boarding schools in which children were taken from their families and denied access to their own language and culture. Abuse was rampant.
Okay. احنا طبعا عندنا هنا الجمله الاولانيه Kurtz supported subject verb، وعندنا من in which دي it's unessential. In which unessential. طيب خلاص وبدأ بكاما. المفروض ان في جمله independent تانية اهي. في جمله independent. Abuse was rampant. يعني عندي subject verb و independent، يعني عندي independent. بعد كده الجمله دي dependent و unessential فقبلها كاما. بعد كده عندي independent. طب يا مستر، ما احنا قلنا لو عندي independent dependent independent لازم يكون قبلها لا اما سيميكولن لا كاما conjunction لا فول ستوب. سيميكولن لا كاما conjunction فان بويز لا اما فول ستوب. طبعا هنا مش هينفع ان احنا نختار مش هينفع نختار الكاما.
فول ستوب.
مش هينفع نختار الكاما، مش هينفع نختار اللي ما فيهاش حاجه. يبقى between semicolon between colon or full stop. طب احنا قلنا full stop is right. طب نشوف الكولن هل في explanation او example؟ لا. اهو الكولن بيدي explanation or example. يبقى right answer to begin with full stop. Clear؟
Clear.
Okay, مارشال زياد.
Okay.
This is easy طبعا.
Yes. Thankfully, a few winks of sleep is often enough to get our brains to ascend, functioning up to speed again.
Okay, the problem here is vocabulary. بس في حاجات احنا نلغيها اصلا من الاول لانها grammatically is wrong.
Okay.
Which one؟
C.
هنلغي سي اللي هي except لان دي المفروض preposition. طب عندي دلوقتي لا اما to assent لا اما to expect لا اما to accept. Okay.
So that's a vocab question.
Yeah, now it's a vocab question.
Yes.
Let's find. طبعا احنا عارفين accept و expect. expect يتوقع و accept يوافق.
Yes.
assent الوحيدة اللي مش عارفينها.
Yes.
بس to tell you the meaning, it means agree.
So it's like accept.
How you know?
Like I mean the meaning of assent is like accept.
Yes, the meaning of the sentence said thankfully a few winks of sleep. يعني انت تغفل بس كده is often enough to get our brain to accept functioning up. يعيد تشغيله تاني. طب مش متوقع تشغيله تاني او agree، لا هو بيوافق عن انه to accept ان هو يشتغل تاني. Because that
Yes.
we said that to take only a same kind of sleep or winks of sleep is going to be better for your brain. Thank you, Marsha Zia. Dr. Hamza, 24.
Yes.
Read, please.
Based on their
Findings
and previous reports regarding
jellyfish.
We can say that sleep evolution independent of brain evolution states low.
Okay. طبعا الأولانية دي modifier, the same thing. فالمفروض إن هي modify what come after the comma. What come after the comma we. يبقى زي نقول there. يبقى we our. The right? Dr. Hamza. We our.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
دكتورة جانا. Number 25.
Yes يا دكتور. ده جرامر كوتش.
Yes.
فاحنا هنقرا الأول عشان
ممكن على
نشوف
فكرة
subject.
تروحي الأول للاختيارات تشوفي إيه الزمن لأن دوت verb tenses يعني
أول
produced في
واحدة
الباست.
produce the past simple will produce the future has produced the present perfect producing
producing لا
the
ده مش verb. producing دي adjective الوحيدة المختلفة فاحنا المفروض نكرر احنا عاوزين verb ولا عاوزين adjective. وخلي بالك أنا كاتب لك هنا ان الادجكتيف المنتهيه باي ان جي معظمها بتوصف الثينجز الاشياء اللي منتهيه باي دي بتوصف البيبل. كلير؟
تمام.
يلا نقرا بقى.
واحنا اصلا عندنا كوما بات فاحنا كده كده اللي قبلها ده كومبليت فنقرا من بعدها بقى.
تمام.
Hydras provide an easy to handle culture to further investigate the detailed mechanisms.
معنى كده ان انا مش عاوز verb انا عاوز adjective modifier عشان توصف mechanisms. صح ولا لا؟ انجينير جانا دكتور جانا. I lost her. Hello. جانا. Hello.
دكتور سامعني؟
yeah okay.
الكهرباء قطعت.
الكهرباء قطعت برضه؟
عارفة في ايه في الكهرباء دي بجد؟ مش شغلت داتا.
رأس الساعة رأس الساعة. ما بلاش نتكلم في الحاجات دي ما بحبش احط يلا اوكي.
طيب
احنا قلنا دلوقتي عاوزين حاجه توصف ميكانيزمز لان انا عندي subject to verb كامله اهي هايدراس بروفايد.
طيب
يبقى انا
تمام.
عاوز هنا subject to verb عاوز هنا adjective معنى كده ان انا ولا استخدم A ولا B ولا C. وعشان mechanisms اللي هي الاليات things
هنختارها دي.
producing. Thank you. 26 pilot كريم.
Sorry, my net disconnected. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. 26. May you read, please?
Which of the following best suits the overall tone of the passage?
Take care. He said the overall tone of the passage. يعني برضو بنتعامل بالbig picture. اللي هي read the first paragraph to know what they are speaking about عشان تجيب حاجة متعلقة بيه. Okay?
Okay.
Let's read the first paragraph. Pilot Kareem.
Stay awake too long and thinking straight can become extremely difficult. Thankfully, a few wings of... Yes.
Yes, go on. I lost you, then you start reading. Huh?
Yes. Oh, okay. Stay awake too long and thinking straight can become extremely difficult. Thankfully, a few winks of sleep is often enough to get our brains to ascend functioning up to speed again. But just when and why? But just when and why did animals start to require sleep? And is having a brain even a prerequisite?
Okay, here he's talking about which comfort, the brain or sleep. Okay, let's go here to find something that relate to what they are talking about. حاجة متعلقة بالpassage اللي هو السليب والbrain. Let's look at the first one.
Tiny brainless animals with no true meaning to their existence gave no opportunity to truly test their sleep pattern.
طيب هو اتكلم البرين والسليب، هنا بيتكلم على البرينلess animal، مع ان هنا قال لك ان في sleep في البرينلess animal. Right? معنى this is not related to the main idea.
Yes.
Go after, huh? Monitoring.
Okay. Monitoring the marvelous brain waves of different animals and provides us with answers to sleep, and yet this isn't possible for small animals.
Again, he's talking about that is not option or it's not possible for small animals. تمام؟ ده وانا بتكلم على البرين، ما بتكلمش عن big ولا small animals. يبقى this is not related. Let's look at C.
Yes. While sleep is often monitored based on the measurement of brain waves, this is not an option for tiny brainless animals.
It can be because he talk about the sleep and the animals. طب ما يا مستر، طب ما احنا كنا اخترنا ايه؟ ما بيقول tiny brainless animal with no true meaning to their existence give no opportunity to truly test their sleep pattern. بس هنا writing style في deficiency. يعني tiny brainless ماشي ده coordinate adjective. Animals with no true meaning to their existence. ليه قال with no true meaning to their existence؟ بالعكس anything that is created has a true meaning. لكن هنا ما بتكلمش على true meaning for their existence or not. هنا بيتكلم عن علاقه بالسليب. Clear? Look at D. Huh?
Yes. While sleep is often monitored based on the measurement of brain waves, this was not an option for animals with no brains and wits about them.
Okay, it can be also an answer. But the problem here, the grammar. Why? Because we start with the dependent, then independent. فلما يبقى في dependent وبعد كده independent يبقى لازم في comma بينهم.
Yes.
يبقى the only right answer is C. Clear, Pilot Kareem?
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Engineer Taha. Number 27. Engineer Taha. I lost Engineer Taha. Engineer Taha. Engineer Taha. Hello. Okay, Engineer Zena.
Yes.
Okay, may you read the question number 27?
Which of the following terms best describes the delicate scientific process of tracing movement?
Take care. I'm talking about scientific process of tracing movement. I need a vocab word that relate to scientific process tracing movement. Okay, let's read.
As an alternative, the researchers use a video system to slowly dissect movement to determine when hydras were in a sleep-like state characterized by reduced movement,
Okay,
which could be
take care. We have two questions in the same. So one of them at least is going to be no change.
Okay.
Okay. If we are going to say slowly dissect, is a kind of scientific process of tracing movement?
No.
Okay. Carefully track. Can it be a scientific process tracing movement? Yes, لأن في track. Carefully track. Okay. Methodically follow. Does it give you the meaning of scientific process of tracing movement?
Maybe. I think.
يعني لو قلنا methodically according to the method follow ولا احسن track؟
هي track أحسن.
اوكي track يعني لو احنا جينا بس عشان الهجره بتاعت الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم فهم they track اهو trace movement فهم they track خطوات الرسول اوكي to know where did he go فدي track مش follow لان لو follow كانوا مسكوه صح ولا لا؟
صح.
اوكي unsystematically pursue برضه unsystematically مش هيبقى scientific خالص clear؟
Yes.
يبقى الانسر clear answer carefully track.
Okay.
Thank you engineer Zain. 28 دكتور احمد I'm sorry engineer طه. Engineer طه you return back.
Yes, sorry, Mr. The internet cut off.
Okay 28 can you read it?
Which of the following phrases best fits the author's conclusion of possible reduced movement?
Take care. Also we're talking about something related to vocab but also to the conclusion. تعال نقرا كده الجملة عشان نعرف ايه conclusion.
As an alternative, the researchers used a video system to
carefully
track movement to determine when hydras were in a sleep-like state characterized by reduced movement.
طيب انا عاوز حاجه بقى بتتكلم عن reduce movement يعني حركه قليله اوكي وخلي بالك احنا قلنا two question come in the same sentence one of them at least no change وممكن ما يبقاش فيها no change خالص فالاولانيه كنا قلنا carefully track تعال نشوف دي ممكن تبقى no change ولا لا فبيقول which could be disrupted by a flash of light مش ده ممكن يبقى reduce movement؟
Yes.
اوكي which can only be suspended by light طب مالها suspended بالmovement؟
لا تنفع.
طيب having no effect on their sleep patterns برضه مالها بالmovement sleep pattern which is still relatively unknown طبعا دي خلاص ambiguous اصلا مش متعلقه يبقى الانسر is A no change right clear؟
Yes.
29 دكتور احمد vocabulary again.
Exposing the hiders.
No read the title في عندك
Okay.
عندك
Which
question.
word choice is most in line with the paragraph?
طب I need something to give me the meaning of the paragraph. May you read the paragraph please?
Okay. Exposing the hider to melatonin, commonly used sleep aid, moderately increase the sleep amount and the frequency while the كذا neurotransmitter GABA, another chemical linked to sleep activity in many animals greatly increase sleep activity.
طيب خلي بالك انا عاوز حاجه متعلقه بالجمله فبيقول exposing the hydra to melatonin a commonly used sleep aid يعني دوت عباره عن حاجه بتستخدم متساعد على النوم moderately increase the sleep amount and frequency بتزود النوم والتردد بتاعه while the what neurotransmitter GABA ده برضو نوع من الحاجات اللي بتستخدم another chemical linked to sleep activity متعلق برضو بالانشطه بتاعت النوم in many elements greatly increase sleep activity اللي بيزود برضو نشاط النوم طيب المفروض ان انا بتكلم عن هرمون اوكي فينفع نقول ضل ضل يعني سخيف طبعا عمر ما نقول هرمون سخيف صح طب ممكن نقول unrestrictive برضو لا الهرمونز كلها restrictive ربنا خلقها في جسمنا وهي بتعمل تمام عندنا كلمة inhibitory معناها found يعني موجودة وعندنا favorable يعني مفضلة طبعا ما فيش حاجة اسمها هرمون مفضل
يعني ممكن اخدها حتى لو ما عرفتش ممكن اخدها
طبعا بالإليمينيشن يبقى inhibitory clear؟ اوكي مارشال زياد
Okay, where in this passage should be the underlined sentence be placed? Writing again.
Yes,
okay.
So we have to read the sentence to find the key words.
So, okay. Furthermore, the researchers could use vibrations and temperature changes to disturb the hydra's sleep and induce signs of sleep deprivation. causing the hydras to sleep longer during the following day and even suppressing cell proliferation.
اوكي طبعا he said furthermore. خلي بالك الكلمه بتاعت furthermore يعني هو بيزود he add information.
Yes.
تعال نشوف السنتنس اللي قبلها كده كان في add information ليها ولا لا.
Okay. On the other hand, dopamine, which causes arousal in many animals, actually promotes sleep in the hydras.
اوكي ده هنا بيعمل promoted sleep in the hydra. بعد كده قال لك furthermore the researcher could use vibration temperature change to disturb the hydra sleep. ازاي؟
No, like this
دي
can be.
opposite.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so before sentence 1 can we put it before sentence 1? Furthermore.
No.
طب عشان furthermore he add to the information.
Neither before nor after.
Even it's not related to after. Okay, after sentence 2. Let's read sentence 2.
Okay. While some sleep mechanisms appear to have to be conserved, others may have switched function during evolution of the brain. Suggests إيه.
Here he said while some sleep mechanisms appear to have been conserved, other may have switched function. يعني بيحول الوظيفة during evolution of the brain. بعد كده قال ايه؟ The researchers هو researchers ما هو ده equal research. Furthermore, the researcher could use vibration temperature change to disturb the hydra sleep and induce signs of sleep deprivation, causing the hydra to sleep longer during the following day and even suppressing cell proliferation. And this is what talk about evolution.
Yes.
بتاعهم صح؟ Clear.
It can work.
Yes.
Yes.
Look at sentence 3. After sentence 3.
Investigating more closely, the researchers found the sleep deprivation led to changes in the
خلي بالك برضه في
expression of.
sleep deprivation that relate to the sentence itself.
But but it must be after the sentence.
Yes.
Like
Okay.
this must be after the sentence.
Yes. So after sentence 2. Thank you. Dr. Hamza, 31.
Yes.
31 دكتور حمزة. Read please. خلي بالك برضو
Hesitating
المشكلة عندنا
more.
grammar. المشكلة عندنا punctuation لأن كل الجمل زي بعض. فتعال نشوف الأولانية كده فيها مشكلة ولا لا. قرينا من الأول.
Investigating more
Investigate more closely ده modifier.
closely, the researchers found that sleep
deprivation
deprivation led to change in the expression of 212 genes, including unrelated to PRTG protein involved in sleep regulation.
ان احنا بقى عندنا المشكله بقى في الجمله اللي بعد ان ده preposition حرف جر. فتعال نشوف كده. قال لك a wide range of animal including mouses. احنا عارفين ان mouse جمعها mice. mouse جمعها mice. the mouse is wrong يعني اي حاجه فيها mouse is wrong. يبقى انا كده I delete A and B. عندي هنا mice وعندي هنا mice. المشكله ما بينهم ان هنا قال لك a wide range of animals وحط apostrophe. تمام؟ هل محتاجين apostrophe ولا لا؟ لا المفروض لما يكون في apostrophe يكون في noun وراها لان of preposition فاحنا عاوزين الاوبجكت of the preposition اللي هو الناون فمش هينفع اللي فيها apostrophe يبقى الانسر هيبقى دي. كلير يا دكتور حمزه؟
Yes.
اوكي. 32 دكتور جنى.
punctuation.
برضه نفس الكلام يبقى ده punctuation برضه وهنعمل بالelimination.
هنبص على الإجابات في إيه وحاطط داش واحدة واحنا لازم الداش يبقى ليها داش تانية اللي تقفل يعني الكلام زي الكوما كوما كده فمش هتنفع.
بس خلي بالك لحظة بس عشان نبقى عارفين هو بيقول هنا بادئ بإيه؟ disturbing other fruit fly genes صح؟
تمام.
فدي لو كانت مفيش verb دي لو ما كانش فيه verb يبقى دي نعتبرها إيه؟ modifier فلازم يكون في كوما بعدها. فتعال نقرا الجملة دي كده. بيقول appearing to share a common evolutional origin with the sleep related ones and hydra altered. مفيش verb لغايه دلوقتي. sleep duration fruit flies بعد كده قال comma and further investigation of such genes may help to identify. طيب ما هنا في في مشكله ان disturbing other fruit fly genes دي المفروض يبقى في كوما بعدها ويجي في حاجه فيها، لا اما يبقى دي اصلا المين سبجكت معايا يا جنى،
اه
او اللي احنا نجيب بعدها verb، نجيب بعدها
ماشي.
verb.
يعني احنا يا اما نحط قبلها كوما على اساس انها
لا نحط بعدها كوما، لا اما
بعدها
نجيب
قصدي
بعدها
كوما،
verb. معنى
يا اما
كده ان
نجيب بعدها
disturbing
تمام
other fruit fly genes ده يعتبر كده subject كلها. clear؟
ماشي
وفعلا لان
تمام.
احنا عندنا altered في الاخر اهي اللي هي الverb، يبقى disturbing other fruit fly genes altered. clear؟
يبقى احنا ايه مش هتنفع لان
مش
ايه ما
هتنفع.
فيهاش
معنى كده ان الجمله دي كلها it's not essential. طب هنا جاب داش واحده، يبقى احنا
مش
عاوزين
هتنفع
ايه؟
تو داشز فبي تنفع.
بس
سيما مش تنفع لان هي فيها كوما وداش مش هينفعوا مع بعض.
آه.
وعندنا تو برانسز بس هي الداشز لانها نون اسينشال.
طب تعرفي بقى ان برضو البارنثيسز برضو تنفع،
تنفع يبقى
لان
بوان اسينشال.
بتنفع البارنثيز. وعندنا اتنين اهو، برضو غلطه من الاخ اللي عامل الامتحان. يعني لا اما
يعني
تو
دي ما ينفع.
داشز، لا اما تو كومز، لحظه، لا اما تو داشز، لا اما تو كومز، لا اما تو بارنثيسز، الثلاثه زي بعض،
مم. طيب
فغلطه
يعني كده
منه.
دي يعني كده
دي
دي
تنفع
غلط.
طبعا، بي تنفع
تمام.
ودي تنفع. بس زي ما قلت لكم هتاخدوا القريبه. طب ايه القريبه يا مستر؟ هو اصلا بيورينا ان احنا عاوز داش، لان الاختيارات كلها فيها داش، فهتاخدوا اللي فيها التو داشز. يعني لو لقيتوا اتنين شبه بعض كده، شوف الاختيارات التانية هو كان بيلخبطنا في ايه؟ بيلخبطنا في عمليه الداش، فخدوا الداشز. لكن هو غلطه منه كبيره، الاثنين ينفعوا. كلير؟
كلير ده.
اوكي. 33 بايلوت كريم.
Yes.
Okay. Read the title of the question.
Okay. The author wants to conclude the passage by leaving room for future scientists. Which choice best accomplishes this goal while retaining the same tone of the text?
اوكي طبعا هنا we are dealing with the first passage. طبعا احنا ما عندناش وقت زي ما قلت لكم so we can't depend on our information. هو كان بيتكلم عن sleep في البرينلess animal لو انتوا فاكرين، بس هنا ادانا information تاني. he need to leave room for future scientists. يعني هو عاوز يدي information، يعني يسيب future scientists انهم يعملوا research تاني. تعال نقرا بس السنتنس الاولانيه.
Taken all together, these experiments provide strong evidence that animals acquired sleep-related mechanisms before their evolutionary development of the central nervous system, and that many of these mechanisms were conserved as brains evolved, says Ito.
Okay, let's continue now to find it's related or not.
That being said, there is still
طبعا
much
هو
more to
طبعا لو بصيت هنا هتلاقي ان that being said اللي هو الجمله اللي اتقالت في الاول طبعا دوت كان ريبورت سبيتش.
That being said, there is still much more to explore in brainless creatures in relation to sleep patterns, but a scientific base has been built for future scientists to build upon.
So here he said that we have much more to explore. يبقى we have leave room for future science, and here he mentioned
Yes.
future science, so it can be.
So
Let's look at B.
So it's already correct. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Read B.
If future scientists want to continue with the research, they are free to do so.
طب he give room. Okay, he give room and he mentioned future scientists. بس فين اللي relate to the sleep؟ مفيش أي information متعلقة بالكلام اللي اتقال. لكن هنا كان قال brainless creature relation to sleep patterns. C.
Though some may find it a waste of time, I believe that research on sleep patterns should be continued into the future.
طبعا نفس الكلام, waste of time, and it doesn't mention the scientist. D.
In conclusion, whenever it may occur in the future, scientists have to continue to fund and cater to this research study.
Okay, here it talk about funding, and we didn't mention anything about funding. احنا عاوزين نعمل leave room for future scientists. Clear?
Yeah.
Thank you, Pilot Kareem.
No
Engineer Taha.
Yes.
We have also a problem in writing in in punctuation. فالمفروض اللي احنا نشوف ايه اللي عندنا. نشوف الاولانيه كده ها.
The research published in Health Affairs contributes to a growing body of literature finding the children.
Okay, it's enough till now. It's enough till now. لأن احنا قلنا كل الكلام زي بعض. عندنا research subject و contributes verb. Published in health affairs دي modifier. و unessential فجاية ما بين between two commas. يعني كده صح. يعني المفروض نقول the research contributes to a growing body of literature. طب نشوف دي هنا غلط ليه؟ At the research at the subject بعد كده في comma was published. استنى يا مستر ده was published the verb مش modifier زي هنا زي published. was published the verb لأن عمر الموديفاير بيجي في verb to be. معنى كده ان دي wrong لأن احنا ما بنفصلش ما بين السبجكت والverb بكوما. طيب هنا publishing اهي موديفاير برضو يا مستر صح ولا لا؟ كمل. وهنا السبجكت the research publishing the health affairs خلاص تمام contributing to a growing body of literature finding that children. طيب فين الفيرب؟ مفيش فيرب لأن الفيرب هنا في ing مش هينفع خالص. طيب نشوف اللي بعديها. The research had been نفس المشكلة بتاعت B إن نفرق ما بين السبجكت والفيرب بكوما ما ينفعش. clear؟ انجينير
Yes.
طه؟ اوكي. انجينير زينة 35.
Which of the
vocab.
following words best fits the author's preference for sensitive language?
أنا عاوز حاجة بتتكلم عن sensitive language. May you read the sentence please?
The research published in health affairs contributes to a growing body of literature, finding that children of color who are also poor face greater health inequities than their white counterparts.
طب هنا بيقول poor face greater. طب poor مش sensitive صح؟
No, I think in the poor sensitive يعني
لا poor مش sensitive خالص. لما تقول لحد أنت poor. clear؟
okay.
وانا غير كده انا بتكلم عن face greater health يعني بنتكلم عن الصحه فحتى البور it's informal. clear؟ وبرضه penniless لان انا ما بتكلمش عن الماني انا بتكلم عن الصحه. واوف substandard status يعني بتكلم عن ان الطبقه بتاعته طبقه دونيه طبقه وحشه لكن الوحيده اللي تمشي هي of lower socioeconomic status. clear؟
Yes.
Okay. 36 and Dr. Ahmed.
Okay.
طبعا before you decide Dr. Ahmed we have to look because برضه ده transitional. If conditional but contradiction after sequence وبefore sequence يعني الاثنين دول sequence. طبعا هنا قلت لكم لو في الاكت بعمل delete الاود one out لكن هنا مش هينفع. طيب خلينا نشوف حالات اف برضه عشان بنراجعها. قال لي if plus present بيدينا will infinitive plus will infinitive او بيدينا present. if plus past بيدينا would plus infinitive. if plus past perfect بيدينا would have plus past participle. تمام؟ واف بيجي وراها subject to verb. وبut يجي وراها subject to verb. لكن after و before ممكن يتعاملوا كpreposition كحرف جر. تمام؟ فممكن يجي وراهم subject to verb ويجي وراهم phrase. تعال نقرا بقى الجمله اللي وراهم كده. ها بيقول ايه؟
Analyzing and correlating the results according to where the children live.
بس شكرا. في كاما. طب انا مش شايف خالص subject to verb يبقى انا كده معناها ولا هعرف استخدم but ولا هعرف استخدم if لان هستخدم دلوقتي prepositional phrase. prepositional او preposition حرف جر يبقى لا after لا before. clear؟
Okay.
طيب هنا بيقول ايه؟ analyzing the and correlating the result according to where the children live. The investigator found يبقى after ولا before؟ after لأنها بتعيد على دي. بعد ما حللوا النتائج هم لقوا. yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Marsha Ziad 37.
The underlined pronouns refers for which of the following?
Okay, read the sentence to find. طب احنا بصينا هنا بيقول ايه؟ read.
Such early disparities can have a profound influence on their long-term development, leading to higher rates of chronic conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, drug use, mental health disorders, and dementia as adults.
اوكي طبعا هو مش disparities لان disparities is a kind of investigation فنقرا الجمله اللي قبلها صح؟
Yes.
عشان to know which one. Read from
The
the
difference-
differences.
The differences in developmental vulnerability between black children and white children were most pronounced at the highest socioeconomic levels and tended to narrow for black and white children from lower income neighborhoods. Okay,
Okay.
so he's talking about children.
يبقى and we are talking about black and white children.
Yes, children,
Okay.
like في العموم children.
Yes. So no adults, no neighborhoods. We have children or black children. طبعا هنا قال black and white, not only black. So the answer is children. Thank you. دكتور حمزة 38.
Yes.
Okay, because this verb tenses دكتور حمزة, so let's find. طبعا showing it's not a verb. هو مش verb. Showing مش verb. Will show future. Shows present in simple in the singular. Showed in the past. اوكي دكتور حمزة؟ طب احنا عاوزين نعرف هل محتاجين verb ولا لا؟ اقرا كده.
What is this study showing is that these patterns of inequality are clearly evident and measurable before kids start
خلي بالك.
school.
طب هنا قال لك what this study. طب this study ده السبجكت. انا عاوز الفيرب بتاعها. معنى كده ان showing is wrong. طيب عندي will show future وعندي present وعندي past. لو بصينا على الاكزامبل بعد كده قال is وار يبقى present يبقى نستخدم shows. clear؟ اوكي. دكتور جانا 39.
Yes sir. ده grammar برضه. Helfen also is a professor of dentist.
pediatrics.
وبعد كده حط كوما بعدها في الآخر. طيب احنا سي كده كده مش هتنفع عشان هو جاب also في الأول وجاب بعدها سيمي كولن فمش هتنفع. بي هو جاب هيلفن is also حط كولن a professor of ماشي هي تنفع
بس المشكله
إنها
ان هو
قبلها
فصلها عن
سيمي
الجمله. المفروض الجمله كلها خلاص بنحط الكولن بننهي الجمله.
ايوه بالظبط.
مش
هتنفع. عندنا A ودي بقى A بتقول هاليفن is also ودي وقصدي دي بتقول هاليفن is also و A هاليفن also is. فاحنا هي also هنا جايب منها adjective فاحنا المفروض نجيبها بعد النون وبعد كده نجيب ال
also هنا adverb. also هنا adverb.
adverb ايوه سوري.
تمام. فهي
احنا المفروض
المفروض
نجيبها بعد النون ويجي بعدها الفيرب.
لان is هنا verb to be فهي مش هتوصفها. لان الادفيرب بيوصف الاكشن verbs مش اللينكينج verbs. clear؟
تمام.
اوكي. thank you. وخلي بالك برضو في مشكله هنا برضو ان انا عندي x y و z. ان انا الف pediatrics public health و public policy يعني انا عاوز comments. هنا ما جابش comments خالص. ما فيش comments هنا. اوكي.
بس هي تقريبا الكومه يا دكتور مش تحت الاندرلاين يعني هي تقريبا
لا موجوده والله ما عارف بس المهم يعني ساعات مش باين المفروض يحطها واضحه. اوكي. 40 it's a kind of vocab. بايلوت كريم.
Which choice best fits the writer's main ideas stated in the previous two sentences?
طب هو هنا ادالك indicator that look at the previous two sentences, read them to bring something related to them. طب يلا كده نقرا.
Okay. What this study shows. Okay. What the study shows is that these patterns of inequality are clearly evident and measurable before kids start school. Halton is also a professor of pediatrics, public health and public policy in the David Geffen School of Medicine at UCLA, the Fielding School of Public Health, and the Luskin School of Public Affairs. The report also underscores the value of understanding child developmental inequalities at the most macro levels.
Okay, here we talk about the value and we're talking about positive things. اوكي
Yes.
فاحنا عندنا lack واجنور negative.
Yeah.
Underscore means make it important وassess to evaluate. So it's better to say what? Underscore the value. Okay, to make
Yes.
it important.
Make it important. Yeah.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Engineer Taha.
The author is considering deleting the underlined code. Should the code be kept or deleted?
طبعا to just delete it we have to relate what come before and what come after. May you read the code please?
Because the EDI is not only reported at but also linked to census, track level, and indices
Neighborhood risk.
of neighborhood risk. This measurement tool helps cities and local grassroots efforts develop targeted support and services to address racialized departures.
خلي بالك هنا قال لك بعد ايه قال لك ايه at co-author ليزا ستانلي. طب ما هنا خلي بالك it's not underlined. at co-author ليزا ستانلي. طب ما هي at ايه فين الكود بتاعها لو احنا عملناها delete. Clear? So we have to keep it. The right?
Yes.
Okay. So keep it. The codes support the main idea in the first paragraph, or keep it. The codes are always an added benefit to any text. طبعا ده general answer, but it's added to the first paragraph. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Engineer Zaina.
Which option, if inserted here, best supports the previous statement on the validated use of EDI?
Okay, so we need to read the sentence to find something that validated. Okay, validate يعني assess, evaluated.
The EDI was first piloted in 2009 by UCLA in Santa Ana in partnership with the first 5 Orange countries.
Okay. So let's find here. We need something to assess or validate the EDI.
Over the past 10 years, UCLA has enabled city and school district leaders in over 85 communities spanning 18 states to assess the health, development, and well-being of more than 350,000 kindergartners across the US.
I think it's related to the county first 5 and relate to the assessment, the right to validation. Okay, let's read B.
The piloting of EDI was a groundbreaking phenomenon that allowed so many new tools to emerge. It's not
Where is the assessment here? Where is the validation? مفيش validation هنا. We have to give facts. خلي بالك, when to assess or validate, you have to give us facts or statistics. خدناها 400 مرة. But the only thing that give us facts is A. Look at B, C.
Many schools and districts all over America were supported through the use of EDI tool, and many professionals expect more to come.
Again, no validation, no facts, no statistics.
Even though the EDI tool has helped in assessing health, development, and well-being, there is still much more to learn.
Again, it's a kind of idea, it's not a kind of fact. So the only answer that give us validation and give us number is A. Letter A. Thank you. Dr. Ahmed, برضو transitional, we have to find the function first. Read, please.
Okay. Which choice provides the best transition?
طيب, and then however contradiction. Thus cause and effect or reason. Nevertheless contradiction. Moreover addition. طيب عندنا contradiction اللي هو A و C. انا مش هلاقيهم دلوقتي لان الحاله دي بستخدمها بس في الاخر. انا هبص على sentence before and after to know the relation. وبعد كده اختار. May you read please?
These findings not only highlight the equity challenge we face, but also reveal the truly inequitable design of all the systems responsible for ensuring the children thrive, says co-author Efren Aguilar, Geographic Information System lead at the Center for Healthier Children, Families and Communities at UCLA. Only by addressing the historical explanation and
exploitation and exclusion
of
Okay, I think there is no contradiction. يبقى now it's addition or cause and effect. طبعا هي هنا علاقة cause and effect. Clear? ماشي زياد, the last one.
Okay, so it's a grammar question. You must return to the beginning of the sentence. But actually, we just read it. So.
وطبعا it's two questions in the same sentence. At least one of them is no change.
Yes. So
okay.
thus only by addressing the historical exploration and exclusion of marginalized communities can we begin to repair the pains and exploitative practices of the past and redesign our community systems so that all children thrive.
Okay, which one we're gonna delete it first?
Okay, at the beginning, marginalized communities like shouldn't have anything between them.
Best, perfect. Okay.
So all three are wrong. So it's
okay.
A.
C. Why C is wrong?
Has a comma between them.
Yes, because now marginalized is an adjective to communities. So we mustn't put comma or semicolon. So the only answer is going to be
A.
Okay. Let me just